Welcome back to CBS Sports HQ, presented by Capital One. Jeremy St. Louis alongside the Wizard of Odds, Kenny White, and wagering expert Tim Doyle as we discuss Sunday's NBA playoff slate. Philadelphia 76ers back in their series with the Miami Heat, and we'll be looking to even things up with that Game 4. It tips off tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And let's not mince words here. I mean, that was a big win for Philly in Game 3. 20-point victory. Embiid the inspiration. We'll talk about him in a second. But, Tim, give us your play on the game here. Sixers favored by 2.
Yeah, this is the series. Sixers win this game, they're going to win this series. And I told you before Game 3, I said I thought the series price was worth the sprinkle in case Embiid came back. Because you could have got, 7-1, 8-1 on the series. That's what I got, 7.5-1 with the 76ers. Guys, I have the 76ers going to the finals. So I know there's been a lot of adversity with them, and it wasn't necessarily always pretty against Toronto. But you get back a guy who might win the MVP or is going to finish second in multiple, back-to-back years. This reminds me, Kenny, a lot of when Doncic came back for the Mavericks. Like, once he came back and he was at, Luka levels, that series was over against Utah. It should have actually been over a game before than it was. So 79 points, they felt inspired. Danny Green went share, turned back time. Banged down a couple shots. Danny Green looks up to me. I find that hilarious because here he is out there winning NBA championships, affecting millions' lives, and he idolizes me because I was 18 when he was 13, and he looked up to me because I was a stud on Long Island. But anyway, we need him to go out there and make some shots. Give me the Sixers here on the money line.
Hey, Tim, I agree. Philadelphia with their energy and Embiid back. They're as good a basketball team as Miami is. They're at home. They came with a must-win effort in Game 3. They got the energy with Embiid showing up, and I think he plays better today. So I think it's a cheap price. I thought they should have been 4.5 or 5 in this spot, especially still the must-win. And you could still get plus $3 on the money line to win the series, and I think there's worth some value. Like Tim said, they win the game today. They're winning this series, and plus $3 is a good spot.
Yeah, and let's talk about Joel Embiid here. I mean, 18 points, 11 rebounds in Game 3. I mean, you look gassed at the end, but the supporting cast, they hit the big buckets. As he gets back into game form, especially playoff game form, what kind of prop do you like here for him, Kenny?
Yeah, I'm going over. I think he dominates. First game back, he didn't want to try to do too much, and I don't think he really has to do too much today to go over 37.5 points, rebounds, and assists. His season number is 47.5, so they're 10 points under, and I understand where that number's coming from because the playoffs, his number's 38 so far. But this is such a big game. I think he feels comfortable now with the mask. He's back. He's going over 37.5 points, rebounds, and assists today.
Yeah, they got all the momentum, right? They come off an impressive win where they held the Heat to 79 points. They get their MVP back. So I'm going to go over rebounds here because rebounding is just energy and effort. That's all it is. Just play hard, right? And when you're 7'1", if you play really hard, you're going to grab a lot of rebounds. Like if he went into this game wanting to grab 18 rebounds, he probably could. So had 11, and even though the timing and the offense was a little goofy at times for him, that's going to happen, right? First game back, kind of getting that off. Kenny expects a big effort here in game number 2. I'll say this. When I watched Embiid this year in Chicago against the Bulls, he had 40 points. I think Durant's maybe a little bit more talented from an offensive standpoint, but he's the second best offensive player in the league. What he could do as far as shooting the basketball, put the ball on the floor, amazing footwork. This is probably one of the biggest games of his career. Like, you got to win this game today at home, especially after a Game 3 win. I expect a big effort from the big fella.
All right, speaking of big efforts, Jimmy Butler led the Heat in points in Game 3, 33. Was only one of 2 players in the Heat in double figures. Now, Embiid has his supporting cast step up. Jimmy did not. So what kind of a play are you taking on Jimmy in this game, Tim?
Yeah, I don't love this play, but I'm going to go under on his points just because I think it's a bit inflated. So you see 23.5. He had a monster effort in game number 3. Eric Spoelstra knows, it can't just be Jimmy, and that's all it was. He had 33 points in game number 3. So I think it's going to be imperative that other guys get involved. Other guys are more aggressive from an offensive standpoint. So, like I said, I don't love this play, but I'm going to go under.
I'm going to go over the points, rebounds, and assists. So we both can still win here. I think he has a big game either way. And I didn't like the point total. I didn't want to go over his points because I thought that was the right number. But I thought the points, rebounds, and assists at 34.5 was a little too low. It's really based on his regular season, which was His median was 33, but high minute games, it was 34.5. And that's what he's going to get today. So that equals, but in his 7 playoff games so far, his median is 40. So I feel like I have a pretty good edge, 5.5 point edge from his median to what the number is. And off a loss, Jimmy Butler has actually had a little bit higher points, rebounds, and assist number. So I think he'll be very active today. Hope Tim wins the under points, and I win my over points, rebounds, and assists.
A rare overtake from Kenny White. All right, as you guys mentioned, this is a big game for both of these teams. Could be the series in terms of the Sixers if they can put in that performance against the Heat. So let's get that all on the line pick for this one, Kenny.
Yeah, Joel Embiid, his points, rebounds, and assist number at 37.5, I think is just way too low. As I mentioned, the regular season, his season median, 47.5. This is a game where he's going to play high minutes. And when he did play high minutes regular season, 57. And that's any game over 38 minutes that he played this year. 57 when he plays a lot of minutes. So at 37.5, I think he goes well over this. They need him today to have a big game to win. That supporting cast stepped up the other day. They're going to step up again today, but Joel Embiid needs to have a great game.
Wow, that's a big difference. Like, that's the type of stuff where, like, I'd run to the window and play over. Like, when Kenny's talking about, like, a 20-point difference, I get that he's coming back off an injury, but he has those types of peak performances. And think about Embiid, right? He could have 40 in this game. We would think nothing of it, right? I talked about the 40-point effort he had against the Bulls this year when I saw him live in Chicago. I think this is one of the biggest games of Harden and Embiid's career. Like, you got to win this game. Like, you're at home. You get to knot up the series. You got all the momentum. You held the Heat to 79 points. Like, this is it. You got that shot of energy coming back. Embiid looked like he could round back into form again. Like, this is all the momentum is going their way right now. Full transparency, I'm holding 76ers tickets to win it all, to win the East. So I need them to win this game. Please win this game, 76ers.
Tim taking the 76ers on the money line. He's got the golden hammer out in terms of his all-on-the-line plays. We recap the picks. Kenny likes the Sixers at the 2, and he likes Joel Embiid over his 37.5 points, rebounds, and assists total at plus 100. As Kenny mentioned, I mean, that's a 20-point difference he's talking about. And Tim said, run to the window to make that pick. And then Jimmy Butler over 34.5 points, rebounds, assists. Tim likes 76ers money line, likes Joel Embiid to go over his rebound total and Jimmy Butler to go under his point total.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.